Irish middleweight contender Gary Spike O'Sullivan has been in the press this week doing some interviews and calling out British middleweight contender or British middleweight prospect Anthony Ogogo. He's been referring to Ogogo as the dancing queen, which I find pretty funny, to be fair. I think Spike O'Sullivan, for me anyway, you don't have to agree. I think he's an entertaining character, and I think he's a pretty entertaining fighter. He's aggressive. He can bang a bit. He comes forward. He tries to bring it. The last time he fought was obviously against Chris Eubank Jr. and he got taken out in, 6 or 7 rounds. His corner pulled him out. But I still think he has some value left in him, particularly at domestic level. And this fight or potential fight with Ogogo, that's a fight I like. I would love to see Spike O'Sullivan fight Anthony Ogogo. Ogogo is still signed to Golden Boy, but they have some type of arrangement with Eddie Hearn, to my knowledge anyway, because Ogogo has been appearing. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he's been appearing on Frank Warren shows lately. I think it's been Eddie Hearn shows, but Ogogo's performances have been so run-of-the-mill from what I've seen. I can't even remember what shows he was boxing in, but I think it's been Eddie Hearn shows. So yeah, I think not only would this fight be an interesting fight to watch, but I think this would also be a good fight for Ogogo's career, because Ogogo is not the most charismatic guy in the world. Let's be fair. And his performances in the ring are not the most exciting, or haven't been so far. So a colourful character like Spike O'Sullivan, who's going to talk trash and is going to, say all this, that and the other about him, that's the perfect heel to Anthony Ogogo's wannabe, what's the opposite of heel in wrestling? I've forgotten. I've totally forgotten what the opposite of heel is. But you wrestling fans know what I'm talking about. Anthony Ogogo's good guy, Spike O'Sullivan's his bad guy. His yang to his yin, or yin to his yang, however which way you put it. So yeah, I think that's a great opponent for Ogogo, and an interesting fight. I want to see if Ogogo can take it on the chin. I want to see Ogogo raise his game, because again, I got nothing against Anthony Ogogo, but from what I've seen of him so far, he just looks like a run-of-the-mill contender. He don't look even as talented as a Chris Eubank Jr. so far. Maybe he'll prove himself down the line and I'll see, something special in him as a fighter. But so far, he's just seemed very, very average to me. The one thing I can say about him, if he does end up fighting Spike O'Sullivan, is that he's a big middleweight. He must be at least 6 foot, maybe taller than that, maybe 6'1", broad frame. And he's young, obviously, younger than Spike O'Sullivan, who I think is in his early 30s now. So Ogogo would definitely have the physicality on his side. Height, reach, natural weight, probably physical strength. Spike O'Sullivan, I believe, turned professional at light middleweight. So he's a small guy, and you saw how small he looked compared to Chris Eubank Jr. and I think Ogogo's even bigger than Eubank Jr. So yeah, let me know what you think about this potential clash, people. Can it happen? Will it happen? Would you like to see it happen? And if it did happen, who do you think would win? How would that fight unfold? Maybe some of you people out there rate Ogogo highly. Maybe you can spot things in him that I've not yet seen. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about everything I've talked about in this video. All right? It's your boy Hatman. I'm out.